Hey friends, it's Liz, your official craft nerd, and today I am going to show you guys how to make these adorable home decor pieces using mostly Dollar Tree items. So let's get right into it. Okay guys, so starting off, I'm going to take 2 of my paint stir sticks and I'm going to cut the ends off right at the handles, right where that dip is. And I'm just using my miter saw. Now, I now have some miter shears that I can use that'll probably work a little bit better than this saw did for this particular project, but hey, whatever, got the job done, right? So then I'm taking the rest of my stir sticks, and I believe I had, let me see if I can count here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. Okay. I had to count along with myself here because I couldn't remember what I used, but so it's 8 stir sticks going, just keeping them together like this. And then what I'm doing is taking the ones that I cut and I'm putting a little bit of the wood glue and then also some hot glue down, and I'm going to first cover that side where you see the handle dip, and then I'm going to do the same side on the opposite end, just to give it some cohesiveness, because it kind of makes this look like a little door or whatever, but it's my sign. Obviously it's my sign, but it's I just liked how this looked. It kind of has a little barn door look, or shutter, or whatever you want to say. Whatever, it's cute. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to cut out a piece of just some regular that brown butcher paper that you can also get from the Dollar Tree, and I want to make a backing for this because I do want to kind of clean up any kind of rough edges and all of that. And so I've been doing a lot of backing on my sign projects just because it just looks cleaner, it looks nicer. So that's all I'm doing here. I'm just taking my little slice tool and just kind of evening up the ends. Now, I probably next time would just make this just slightly smaller than the actual size of the frame and not worry too much about those ends, because as you can see here, I just took a nail file and I'm kind of sanding down the paper on the sides just so it had like a pretty even flow. And it's really cool because I usually use sandpaper or my sanding block, and I actually had a subscriber tell me about just using a nail file, and it helps get in those little areas, and they were right. So good job, guys. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking some of that Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm giving it a good coat. A lot of times I do like to water down my wax when I'm doing projects just to give it a lighter stain, but for this one I did want it a little bit darker, so I went ahead and just did a full coat on this, and of course I'm just doing the front because I've already papered the back. I'm wiping it all down, just making sure I'm getting in all those little crevices and everything. But I absolutely love the stained look that this gives. I love that dark wood look. Now I'm taking just some of these gold thumbtacks from the Dollar Tree, and I just thought these are gonna look so good for having like those little, what do they call it, grommets, or the little decals on the wood. And you're not really seeing this because my camera angle was bad, but I'm just kind of measuring them out. I wanted them to be pretty even, so I was kind of going every other stir stick that I was placing these down. Now, I thought at first I could just kind of push these in, but I did actually have to use a hammer and kind of tack it down so it would go in. And then once it was in, it just, it looked perfect. So, but you can see here, you guys, there's something about the gold in this color of the wood that I just fell in love with. So I'm going to be making a few more of these signs just because I want some cohesiveness, and actually maybe having them look kind of like a shutter. I don't know, but I loved how this looked. So for the center, I didn't want anything too extravagant, so I just took one of these little chalkboard hearts from the Dollar Tree and stuck it in the middle, made a little burlap bow for the top as well, and then I decided on, it needed just a little bit more, and I put some of this Greenery in. I've had this for a long time. I'm pretty sure it came from Dollar Tree, but I've reused it for multiple projects. So, but I thought it was the right color, and it wasn't really wintry or sparkly or anything like that, because I wanted just to have some normal decor pieces for my house right now. So but I thought that this Greenery actually worked out really perfect. It wasn't too much. Really just wanted to keep this project pretty simple. So what I'm doing for this second project is I'm taking these candlestick holders that I've already glued together. I actually used this in a previous decor project, so I'm just kind of, basically Frankensteining it. I'm reusing it. And so I just glued the two together. But what I wanted to do is kind of just upgrade this just to make it a little bit more stylish and really to go with the decor style that I'm going for my home. And I decided I'm going to take this twine from Dollar Tree and I'm going to glue it around. Now, I will tell you this, guys, I did not record the entire time I did this because nobody wants to sit here and watch 30 minutes of me wrapping twine around this candlestick. But as you can see, the more that it gets covered, it completely transforms it, and it looked beautiful. So I spent a while doing this. I will not lie with that. This is not one of those that was a super quick project. It took some time because the twine is so thin. You could, use rope or that thicker rope that they have at Dollar Tree. It would probably look a little bit bulkier, but I don't think it would look bad. I've seen many projects. I've used that rope with that, with many projects. So I'm sure it would just be as, just as good, you guys. So use whatever you have. This would have been cool with yarn. You can use different color yarn to do this. I may even do that with a different project, but I just really wanted to use this twine. And you can see I've used a lot of it, but that twine ball from Dollar Tree is still good. It's still full. So you do get your bang for your buck, literally. So the last part to this project is I'm taking one of these wood planks. Now I want to say this one I actually got from Walmart. It was probably like 97 cents or something like that. I don't remember. But I know that Walmart, I just said that. Dollar Tree, they have the wood planks as well. You just have to find the size that you like. Now this one was a little bit wider than those package of wood planks, so that's why I wanted to use this, because it's really going to end up being kind of like a little stand, and that's what I wanted it for. So again, I'm taking my antique wax and I'm giving this a coat. Now I'm going to do front and back on this because you can see underneath of it once it's all put together. So I wanted to make sure it was completely covered and stained. And again, I don't know, I love this antique wax, you guys. Like, to me, it just brings out the beauty of the wood. And, like, look at this. I mean, this is just a plain little piece of wood, but now you see all those lines and grooves, and it's I don't know, I love it. I'm a sucker for that. So once this does dry, and I do hit it with my little heat gun just to help speed up the process, I'm going to take some of this super glue adhesive from the Dollar Tree. It works just as well, and it's just like E6000. So I use that and some hot glue, put it around the rim of this, and then I'm just going to set this right on top. It is that simple, and this project is done. So I hope you guys like it. You got to let me know what you think in the comments. If you're new here, I hope you hit subscribe and that notification bell to stick around. And until next time, you guys, take care and stay safe.